Nikki Bites, and it is time for an in-depth get ready with me. I've never done an in-depth, like, step-by-step makeup tutorial. I have my whole fucking suitcase of makeup here because I don't have a vanity. I kind of just do my makeup at my PC. It's not ideal, but it works for me for now. It is what it is. It works for now. I'm not feeling good today. I feel like doo-doo because it is Bieberchella weekend. I am coping by telling myself that I wouldn't even have a great time if I went because I get overstimulated so easily in big crowds. Me when I gaslight myself. Me when I try to make myself feel better about missing out on something that I really want to go to. It's okay. It's okay. It's so okay. I don't even care. Why the fuck you lying? I know it's weird that I look like this and I'm a believer, but it honestly doesn't matter what phase of life I'm in or what I look like or what music I listen to now. I will always be a believer at heart. I need to get started. I have shit to do today. We're gonna start by cleaning up my eyebrows. I like wiping off my products. I already did my skincare, which was a toner and my moisturizer and sunscreen. It's a very like small version of my skincare because I realized if I do my full skincare routine, it like pills. It's like too much product for under foundation. So I like to clean up that product from my eyebrows just so that the product stays in better. So I'm just using some alcohol on a Q-tip. That's probably not ideal for my skin, but my eyebrows are so chopped. This is so bad. I'm exposing myself, but here's a picture of what my eyebrows used to look like. And this is after I started trimming them. I had eyebrow blindness for a very long time, and I didn't realize how thick they were. So it took me a minute to really start plucking them and thinning them out. Every once in a while, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna grow them out. I'm gonna be a thick eyebrow girly, because if I was a thick eyebrow girly, like I would have the best eyebrows around, but I'm not. I don't like my facial features with them. Me personally, I'm not saying this about other people. I feel more feminine with thin eyebrows, and every time I attempt to grow them back out even a little bit, I feel so chopped. I have to film a custom. I'm also having my housewarming today. We upgraded from a 1-bed, 1-bath to a 3-bed, 3-bath. It's been so nice, except now there's like 3 floors and 2 flights of stairs. If I'm going to bed and I forgot my water downstairs, it's not 3 steps away anymore. I will be pausing housewarming festivities at, I think it's 11:25 p.m. Everyone will be subjected to Bieber. We will be sitting down and watching that live stream. Okay, so this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Micro Stroke brown pen. I like it because the tip is really tiny. Size matters, and sometimes smaller is better. Because my eyebrows are already like naturally really dark, so sometimes I'll like fill in gaps with this, and sometimes I just go in with straight eyeshadow. Where is my shit? So I have this, which I found out recently. Wow, that is fucked up. And this is what the eyeshadows look like. We're just gonna pretend that that thing is brand new. I just found out that this was discontinued. I am devastated. The 18CT Matte Essentials Morphe. If anyone has any other palette recommendations that are like cool toned, it has like grays and browns. I really like brown eyeshadow on myself. I feel like it makes, because my eyes are green, it like really makes them pop. Rest in peace, 18CT. I need to move this light because I can't really see what I'm doing. It's like shining on me from below. Might be better without the light, low-key. I try to do my eyebrows pretty straight, but that doesn't always work out. I feel like I'm not great at eyebrows. Sometimes they come out so good, and then the next day, they're not even from the same country. Eyebrows and my hair. I'm not good at styling my hair. I feel like I've just like put a lot of focus into like my makeup, like my eyeshadow and my eyeliner, but I haven't put a lot of time into learning how to style my hair. So that's why you guys usually just see the same thing. It's usually straight. I like taking my time with them because they're so easy to mess up. Okay. I feel like I have one good eyebrow and one bad eyebrow. We will save them. We will save them. Yeah, my right eyebrow is my good one. My left one is my bad one. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Not necessarily the destination I wanted to be at, but it's a destination. Oh my god. Oh, okay. We need some saving. Lord Jesus, that is I'm just gonna define the ends. I don't always worry about the ends of my eyebrows as much though, because usually my hair is down like this, so you usually don't even see them. So out of sight, out of mind, actually. We're just gonna leave them like that. We're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So I usually do my base first and then I do eyeshadow, but because I'm doing a smoky eye today, I'm gonna do my eyes first so that I can clean it up after, and also just because I'm concerned about fallout. So this isn't my like everyday makeup look, but every time I do a smoky eye, I do something like this. I kind of rotate between just concealer on my eyelid and this Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I just don't like all the product on my eyelid. Sometimes I prefer just like my skin color. I don't know why, but I feel like just straight concealer on my eyelid doesn't always feel flattering to me. I feel like it takes from like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of like weighs my eyelid down in an unflattering way. That is my theory. So depending on the look I do, I will just go in with this primer. I'm gonna let it dry for a few minutes, but I want to start out with like blending out a lighter color. My friend Elizabeth, shout out Elizabeth, gave me this palette. There's some pretty reds in here. I probably wouldn't use like half of these colors, like half of the palette. We're gonna honestly just split it down the middle right here and I will be happy. I do really like the red in here, so I'm gonna start out with that. I just got an email from Sephora. It's out for delivery. Oh my God, let's go. Okay, if this comes in today, like while I'm still filming, I will give you a haul. I'm gonna start out really carefully. So I'm using this shade. Sorry, I'm not a makeup influencer, so this is just my daily routine, which I don't do daily, but you know. I'm gonna start out just very slowly because I don't want to overdo it. I'm gonna look like a fucking raccoon today. Crazy. There we go. Okay. I have come such a long way with my makeup. If you watched my lower drop video, I talk about how I was raised and I did not grow up getting to do any makeup of any sort. So I had to like learn everything from scratch when I moved out at 18. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten like really decent with it, but it took me a minute. Like, oh my God, I remember taking pictures the first time I did my eyeliner. I don't think I still have the pictures, but it was a sight to see. They were so bad. And like, I thought I ate so bad. I fucking didn't. It was so bad. I also struggled for a long time with my nose contour because like, yeah, I have a nose job now, but before I did, I was trying to follow like tutorials of like people who have like cute little button noses, and my nose did not look like that. It was a lot easier the second time because like every tutorial ever is like made for a nose like this. That is another video that I want to make. I want to talk to you guys about everything I've had done, just because like I've always been super honest about that. I think it's important to be honest about those things. I'm very like pro plastic surgery if it's done for the right reasons. And by the right reasons, I mean like doing it for yourself and not for a man. It would be fun to do like an in-depth talk, an in-depth chat on everything I've had done. Would really appreciate it if you guys could tell me in the comments what you would like to see from me, because I'm still really like figuring that out. Hello. Bald man wants to make an appearance. Cover that, cover that. He's gonna get me banned. Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Hey y'all.
I just see a torso.
Hi guys.
We should do one where I do your makeup. I turn you into me, into bald me. But then we'll put a wig on you.
I get to be Nikki Bites?
Yes, for a day.
For a day?
Wait, we should do that. We should do that. You will be Nikki Bites for a day. I'll do your makeup and then we'll go out and you have to be me for a day.
Okay. That sounds like fun. I'll do it too. All I need is just a little something and I'll get into character.
Yes, I know you will.
Yes.
Yes. We'll put you in baggy pants and like a slutty crop top.
Okay. Alright, I love you so much. Good luck.
Okay, I love you, don't die. Quick intermission. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this shade now. It's like a dark, this one. This one. No, this one right here. That's what we're going with. I didn't even address the blanket on the window. So I have a blanket on my window right now. I know it looks bad, but this window is so bright and so harsh on my face. I'm gonna order blackout curtains today. I love using natural lighting for all my other content, but it just like, it looks so bad for this. This one definitely needs to be blended out, but I'm not gonna blend it out at like as high as the other one. Slightly better. This is why I don't do a smoky eye every day, even though I love how they look, but it's just like so much blending. And I just like don't always have time for this. Okay, I saw this makeup artist doing this, dry up their waterline before going in with the pencil, and I feel like it helps it go on smoother and like last longer. So I use this Kiko Milano Everlasting Gajal. I don't know how to say that. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is like the best waterline pencil I've ever found. It's so dark and it stays on a lot better than others, and it's cheap as fuck too. Also, none of this is sponsored. This is just my makeup that I've bought with my money. It's a really soft pencil, so it's also like really nice if you want to like blend it out around your eye as well. So see how I did it kind of like messy? Because I'm gonna like clean up all of this afterwards as well. Also, I've like stopped using foundation so much. As like I age as well, lines are starting to form in my face. I feel like the foundation like really weighs me down. Like I like how it looks in content, but I don't like how it looks in person as much. So on days when I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be out and about, I've started using, I'm not gonna be using this today because I do want like a very like pale base today, but I started using this Super Serum Skin Tint. This shit is so nice because it's like, it's really moisturizing. It has SPF 40 and it's very weightless. It's like a liquid, like it comes with a dropper. And it's not like high coverage, so I usually like to spot conceal when I use this if I need to, but it kind of just like melts into your skin. It looks so good. So I like using that. I'm probably gonna be using that like during the summer a lot so that I can still have like some sort of base, full layer of foundation in 100-degree weather, because I will be going to pool parties this year. I'm trying to rush through this, y'all, because sometimes like my makeup will take like 2 hours literally for no reason, just because I dilly-dally. I get distracted too much. I like to listen to true crime podcasts. I feel like it like keeps me distracted enough to like stay off my phone. Another part of my lore is I was going to school. I didn't get very far in, but I was gonna study to be a criminal profiler. I wanted to study forensic psychology before I started social media. So I still find all that super interesting. My favorite one is Big Mad True Crime. I don't know, she's very thorough with her storytelling, and she'll like reach out to the families about it and like work with them on the podcast. And she's also not like a bootlicker, which I appreciate. In so many of these stories, like the cops did not go about it the way they should have. I appreciate that she calls them out when that is the case, you know? It's also fun to kind of like listen to their first episode and then like hear their evolution over the years and how their like storytelling skills improve. I think this is especially obvious with Big Mad True Crime. Like the difference between her first episode to now is like insane. So props to her. Back to lore dropping. Into this program that was basically a scholarship. So I would have finished college without paying a dime. And they provided me a monthly allowance and a laptop to do my homework on, and like money for books and stuff, which was like incredible, like kind of insane. And I was like really proud of that. I really wanted to be a marine biologist. I like did some research into it, and from like what I saw, I was like, damn, like that is kind of like a passion project. Like you don't make a lot of money doing that. And so I was like, okay, I would like to do something that I enjoy, but also, you know, live comfortably, especially if I was like gonna go into debt with school. I ended up landing on forensic psychology. Well, first I was like, okay, maybe I'll be a like family therapist, because I do find all of that stuff super interesting. I feel like a lot of people who like had a bad childhood and like a lot of trauma like tend to go into psychology, and that makes sense to me. Like you want to understand what's wrong with you, and really what's wrong with you is your parents and how you were raised. But I feel like we need a little bit more black eyeshadow. I think into like halfway through my second semester, COVID hit. I think a lot of people have a very similar story to me. COVID hit and I started taking online classes, but I did not do well with online classes at all. It was very hard for me to focus, and like up until then, like I had really, really good grades. They started going down with online classes because I get distracted very easily. Okay, I feel like my left eye is slightly darker than my right eye, so I'm gonna fix that. I think I want my lower eyelid, my bottom, to be slightly darker. So I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. Damn. I look like a raccoon right now. Do you see the similarities? Because I do. I had started my OF, and by that point, I was like trying to start out on social media, and I was like, okay, if I go with this career path, the ideal job is with the FBI. And I had like wanted to do social media since I was like 16. I was like, I'll have to like be careful with what I post and probably won't be able to get all the tattoos that I want to get. And I was like, okay, do the pros of continuing with this outweigh the cons? And they kind of didn't for me. I love the freedom of like being self-employed and having my own schedule. I was already doing that, so I ended up not going back. I don't regret it. I still do find it very interesting, but I don't have any regrets on how everything played out and what I do now, because I do love being the unemployed friend. I love that. Just like covering everything I'm doing with the mirror. Does that look good? I think that looks good. I'm just gonna go straight in with like my mascara and finish my eye, and then we'll go in and clean it up. I don't like the mascara I have right now. I like it for some looks, not for what I'm doing today, but I lost my other one on a trip. I'm still gonna do lashes, but for a look like this, I'd usually go in with like a more like thicker, more clumpy one. This one is it makes them longer, but it's like the individual lash. I am doing this routine like pretty backwards because when I do my eyeliner, like this is one of my final steps, but it's just how we're doing it today. They're like the lashes that like every old girl ever uses, but I don't remember what they're called. The other ones were so big that like if I did like cool eyeliner, you couldn't see it because my lashes were so big. They covered like my entire eyelid. So I downsized a little bit. These are still like, to me, these are small lashes. To other people, like, they're still massive. I just have lash blindness. Here you go. Sometimes I add like an extra, like I'll go in my inner corner with lash glue like directly on my like eyelid, but I feel like I don't need that today. Okay. And I do the end of the lash just slightly higher than my lash line. It's like the tiniest bit, because the look is so dark. Like, I feel like it's not super visible, and I just like that. We're gonna leave my eyes like this. We're gonna come back to it. I wanna get started with my base right now. Wow, this is on its last legs. Well, it's the green one that everyone fucking uses. Today I'm feeling like primer is the way to go. Fuck. No, I have to clean up my... I just used up the last of my primer and I didn't clean up my eyeshadow first, which I have to do. Okay, well, I'm gonna put it like not around my eyes, but where I feel like I'm gonna need it, because it's still early in the day and I need this to last until tonight for the housewarming. We're just gonna go around. I feel like I don't really need it under my eyes that much anyways. My skin is like so sensitive, so like even just putting this on, my skin gets all red and angry. So ignore that. I'm gonna go grab like a makeup towel and I'm just gonna like clean up underneath a little bit because it comes so low down. I will be right back. I'm back. My skin calmed down a tiny bit. I just took a towel and I like cleaned just ever so slightly around here. But yeah, my skin is so sensitive. But it also like goes away so fast. Like it's been less than 5 minutes and it's like already calmed down a lot. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if I don't think it's a product I'm using because like when it started I was a kid and I didn't even have a skincare routine. So I like to spot conceal before I put on my foundation. I'm not the best at like spot concealing, and also like, I don't know, I just like don't really care. I'm using the House Labs concealer. Okay, so I have let it dry a little bit more. I still feel like it's not dark enough, bro. I have black eyeshadow blindness. But yeah, I let the concealer like sit and dry a little bit before I go in with my foundation. I just feel like it was so dark when I did it the other day. I think it still looks good. Now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I just started using this one. My friend gave it to me because it wasn't the right shade for her. This is the shade. It sits really, really nicely on my skin, but what the fuck is this bullshit? Who just gives you a straight bottle of foundation? Liquid foundation, mind you. I literally knocked it over on my desk the other day and just got foundation all over my fucking mouse pad. I'm pissed because that is so stupid and it's not cheap foundation. Like, I want a much thinner coat today, but I want that to be blended out evenly. So I'm gonna go out with a brush first, and then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender to just kind of like smooth it out. I'm gonna just go over my tattoos because I clean that after. I like to do a little bit on my forehead. My skin tone like isn't very even. My skin is angry again and turning red. This is how I usually do it. I like just go little by little and then add on more if I need to. I'm gonna get the beauty blender now and just add in a little bit more, actually concealer first. I'm gonna go in my under eyes. I do the same thing with my concealer. I never put stuff directly on the brush. I mean, on my face directly. I feel like that's good. And now I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender. I always wet my beauty blender with setting spray. I started using this a few months ago. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my God, it's like the best setting spray ever. Instead of doing water, I like doing setting spray because I feel like it just like helps my makeup sit much better. It's a little too wet. Blend the fuck out of it. Okay, I feel like that's good. It looks really blended. So now we're gonna conceal. I do a mix of cream contour and powder contour. I like going in with the cream and blending it out, and then after I set my foundation, then I like touch it up where it needs to be touched up with powder. I go in with my brush into this directly. This is a Sephora contour stick. It's hard to find like cool toned contours. I feel like contour has turned into bronzer. It's so like warm. So I'm gonna try and be careful today and like only put it where I need it. This is another thing that I like really like to just like build up on because it's so easy for me to like go overboard with it. I kind of just like stop at my temples. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This might be a good contour day. And get the fuck in there. I tend to go a tiny bit darker on my jawline just because I feel like it's less visible down there, so. But not a lot still. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it's not like super harsh, but she snatched. Nose time. This is the brush that I use for it. It's pretty small. And same with this, I just like go in slowly by slowly. I leave it just slightly more defined, like slightly less blended out on my nose. This is kind of like a messier eye look, like it's not very clean, and that's kind of what I wanted, like kind of like a messy, smoky eye. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit now. Okay, now that I am done with all of that, so now I'm gonna clean this up just a tiny bit. Getting out the Chad face as much as I can right now because after I touch up my Botox, I won't be able to do that anymore. Now, we're gonna do the double setting. Oh my God, I'm running out. Sometimes I just let it air dry. Sometimes I whip out my End Overdose fan. Shout out End Overdose. And I wait till that is completely dry before setting it with powder. Okay, it is now completely dry. I'm gonna do my like under eyes first. I have this kimchi, I don't know what it is. Wow, I haven't even peeled off the mirror sticker. I'm almost catfished. That white powder, I think it's like a baking / brightening powder. I don't know. It's like whiter than my actual setting powder. Ooh, that looks good. Now that we have that, I'm gonna go in with my actual setting powder, that white powder, set and bake. So maybe this is the baking powder. I don't fucking know. It just sets so well and it has such a blurring effect. It's incredible. I like to set my whole face, not gonna lie. I know that a lot of people don't do that. I also kind of like go over my eyebrows a little bit. My nose especially. I try to set my nose really well and it's usually throughout the day what needs a touch up, especially after the rhinoplasty. My nose gets like a lot oilier than before. I feel like I said everything. And then now is when I would go in and touch up my contour. I don't know if I need that today though. Time for highlighter. I've been really liking this highlighter from She Glam. It comes in really cool packaging. I've like used it down a bunch, but it comes like, it looks like a planet. I like to go in over here. And I like bring it into the front a little bit so you can like see it from straight on. I just do a tiny bit on my chin. I started doing that recently. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. So I have this little tiny brush that I use for my nose. I just want like a kind of intense highlighter for this one. That is shiny as fuck. My base looks good today. My bottom lashes are really long and I don't like to use waterproof mascara. So like if I'm sweating or like after a long day, they tend to leave black spots on the bottom because they're so long. So I don't always do my bottom lashes. It kind of depends on what look I'm doing. I love how they look, but they're just like a nuisance because they transfer the mascara. I'm gonna let that dry. While I let it dry, I'm gonna put on my fake piercings. I haven't had a lot of luck with my facial piercings. My snake bites were a sensory nightmare. Every time I would talk or do anything, they would hit my teeth and I felt like I was going fucking insane. And they also didn't heal very well, so I took those out. My eyebrow piercing rejected, very sadly. My nose piercings all healed very well, but I had to take them all out for my surgery and I'll have to wait a full year to get them re-pierced. So those, what's the one called that's right here? Vertical something. That one was healing really, really well. It healed so nicely and I loved how it looked. And then I made the mistake of changing the jewelry myself once it was fully healed, because like, you know, when they pierce it, they like put in a longer bar. So I changed the jewelry and I fucked up by not getting good jewelry and I like cheaped out, and after that I got a bump and it started to reject. I'm very stubborn though, so I'll probably like bring them back at some point. I really want to try my other eyebrow. It might just not be in the cards for me, I don't know. Now we're gonna do my lips. I'm gonna do them exactly how I did them the other day because I had multiple people ask me for a tutorial. If I can remember what I did, I like tend to switch it up a lot, very slightly. I always forget what I did. So I did the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. I love the shade of this. I find that it doesn't blend out very well for me. I'm just gonna outline with this. My lips are a little bit deflated right now because like I got my filler dissolved. Well, not my whole lip, but like I got the migration dissolved. I'm gonna get them refilled, but I need to wait a bit for that. But my go-to usually is a nude lip. Like that's what I always go for. It's what I feel the best in. So I don't tend to stray from that very much. I wish I was like a black lip girl. I'm not. I just don't like how black lipstick looks on me. Like I'll do it occasionally. I don't have a very big mouth. I feel like the black makes them look even smaller, or at least like it really accentuates that, and it just makes me really insecure. So sometimes I'll do like a really thin brush and just kind of like blend out the edges a little bit, because I don't usually like a very defined line around my lips. I like for it to be slightly blurred. That might be a little too blurred though. I feel like I just need to leave it like that because then I'm just gonna go on and it's gonna get too big and I'm not gonna like it. So I say that and then immediately go back into it. I just make sure that it's not like a super harsh line. I just like blend it into the center of my lips a little bit. And then I went in with this Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm Toasted Marshmallow. It does have like a tiny bit of tint, but not a lot. Oh my god, that was too much. Okay, that smells good. It does actually taste like marshmallows. I think I'm pretty much done, except, oh, I do set it one last time. Just to like bring some life back into my skin. And that's it. That is the look. I'm gonna accessorize a little bit. I have these new earrings from Heaven Sent. They're so cute. And then I'm gonna do my Heaven Sent hoops. I do like these. These are usually my go-to hoops. You know, I got most of my piercings in someone's living room. Like my ear piercings, my septum, my smiley, they were all done by like, don't do that. Don't do what I did. But I was 18 and I was like, there isn't a piercer in my town, so I'm just gonna let this random girl do it with the needles that are used to inject cows. Okay. I feel like everyone either has like a bad tattoo story or a bad piercing story. I feel like it's kind of like a rite of passage, you know? None of them got infected. This one is from Statement Collective, love them. This one is from Heaven Sent. Obviously I'm wearing a cross in a cunty, slutty way, not in a I love Jesus way. Just feel like I need to put that disclaimer out there. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but you know, this is the final look. This is gonna be my housewarming look probably. But yeah, this is my usual smoky eye look. The only thing I'll ever like change really is if I do like brown eyeshadow instead of the red. So I kind of like switch between those two. I like this look, so I figured I would do this one for you guys. But thank you for watching if you made it this far. I'm on my YouTube grind. Anyways, like and subscribe or whatever YouTubers say. And let me know in the comments what else you would like to see from me. I am taking suggestions and ideas. I would really appreciate that. Okay, love you, don't die, bye.